Good morning. Today, I'm going to talk to you about learning and how important and vital it is. So, I used to be a person who hated being told I was doing something wrong. It's not exactly true. I still hate being told that I'm doing something wrong. What I've tried to do is embrace the idea that if somebody tells you you're doing something wrong, you have the opportunity to do it right. Something that I'm learning in my pathway as a social justice warrior is that there's so much more to learn. There's so much more to hear. There's so much more to understand. One of the things that has been happening, I've been doing a lot more research about standing with the Asian American community, and it's just heartbreaking the things that have occurred that I wasn't even aware of. And I'm working towards a better understanding of how people are treated who don't have the privilege that I do. And one of the hardest things about that is that I don't know what I don't know. I can step in it very easily if I'm not careful. And one of the things that I have learned again and again is that you are going to screw up. I've talked about before that impact beats intention every single time, and it's absolutely true. There have been several interactions I've had with people that have nothing to do with social justice, nothing to do with privilege, and yet the impact of what I said beat my intention, which was to be kind and to be gentle. And I've been schooled by a couple of people and taught gently and lovingly, hey, that's not okay. So it's definitely a work in progress, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. I was thinking about this the other day because I saw on a different social platform somebody talking about the way that you put a trash bag into a trash can. All of us have been doing it wrong. Basically, the seam is inside out. So when you put the very top of it, you don't shake it to open it up. You actually put the pieces that have like the string tie on the top of the trash can, and you put it on like a little hat, and then you push down the top part, and then it forms this beautiful place for your trash to lay. I don't know why that was so inspiring, but it was. It was like, I just learned something brand new that I've been doing for a really long time. I should add, I hate doing the trash and I hate doing the recycling, and both of them require trash bags. But now I've got a little spark of joy about doing the trash because I learned a new skill. You never stop learning. And I think that's really the point of my message today, is that you can think that you know everything there is to know about a subject, and then somebody will open up a little corner and say, hey, I don't know if you knew this, but here's a little corner of something that you don't know. And I think that to be a lifelong learner is a really good goal. As I start down the path of going back to school, it's never been more important for me to embrace the idea of learning. And again, getting it wrong means you get a chance to get it right. And I think a big part of that is understanding that we don't know everything. We don't know what we don't know. So until someone says to you, hey, the thing that you said is not okay, you won't have the chance to fix it. And so looking at the opportunity to course correct as an opportunity, which is what it is, instead of an indictment of you as a person, is a really powerful thing to do. And I'm still working on it. I definitely do not have this on lockdown. And one of the reasons that I come to you with a message every week is because my hope is to inspire you to live your best life. And living your best life also means helping other people live their best life and being kind as you walk through the universe. And so this week's lesson from the professor is always learning, always learning. And stand with Asian Americans and stand with the African American community. Everybody who is not walking in privilege needs help and needs support. And I think that it's something to continue thinking about. It doesn't stop. Just because you went to one diversity and inclusion situation doesn't mean that you're done. It's not a one and done thing. It's a continual, ongoing practice. And I think that that's what we miss when, as accomplices, we are doing our best to support. We have to remember it's an ongoing thing. It doesn't stop. It does not stop. And we are going to step in it. We're going to say the wrong thing. And the best thing to do is to let someone lovingly correct you. Now, certainly don't aim to hurt somebody, but realize that you're going to make mistakes, because even where privilege isn't concerned, you make mistakes. And hopefully someone is loving enough to correct you and say, hey, that's not okay. And I'm going to invite you, the next time somebody says to you, hey, that hurt my feelings. Hey, that was racist. Hey, you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but what you said is really oppressive. And let me tell you why. Open yourself to the opportunity to learn something new, because it's the only way that any of this is going to get any better, is if we all listen and learn as much as we can. So this is my weekly message. If you find it helpful, please go ahead and subscribe. Also, make sure that you share with somebody who maybe needs to hear a message of inspiration, motivation, and frustration. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my message. I'm the professor, and this has been The Professor Helps. Signing off.